Hello, welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ and I am delighted to have you here. Before we start, there's just one thing that I want to bring to your attention, and that is, my intention here is not to predict your future. If we could do that, it would mean that our future is predetermined. Please remember that your future depends on you, your choices and decisions, your desires and dreams. Tarot is not about predicting the future. To me, it's about designing and manifesting the life that we crave. The only moment we truly have in life is right here and now. Tarot reading may be set in time. It may refer to a month, a day, a year, or a season, but its intention is to inspire and guide us in the present moment so that we can create the future that we dream of. With that said, let us begin and enjoy your reading. Hi Leo, how are you doing? Welcome to your April 2022 reading. Let's get straight into your messages, Leo. We will be doing the solar system spread for you today, so just like the sun is in the center of our solar system, you are in the center of our attention. So the card in the center of the spread represents you, and then the surrounding cards will represent the energies revolving around you in April, okay? And those surrounding cards can represent your thoughts, feelings, situations, people. Remember that you know your situation best, so listen with an open mind and don't be afraid to interpret the messages your own way, okay? With that said, you are showing up as the Hangman. It may suggest a time of non-action, but time of deep meditation, perhaps rest, that leads to changed perspective, looking at things from a different angle, noticing things you haven't seen before, horizons widening. Look at this, Ace of Swords, I cannot make this up. Deep meditation state, changing perspective that leads to enlightenment, and there it is with the Ace of Swords, an aha moment, a realization of some kind. Nine of Cups. Happiness, fulfillment. Six of Wands, victory. And the Knight of Wands, beautiful, passionate movement forward. You have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And you have the Hierophant. And you have the Chariot. Two major arcana, so I cannot ignore them, but the first thing that I noticed is Five of Cups and the Hierophant being number 5 as well. 5 is always a number of change. You have a change in perspective in your intellectual mind space, but also in your higher mind. So there's change, but also 5 and 5 summing up to 10, a completion of some kind and a new beginning, a new opening of some kind. I really like this because you know what I'm getting? Five of Cups is a card of some kind of luck, okay? It can be emotional luck. It can sometimes mean a card of grieving, maybe regretting something. But to me, primarily is a card of feeling that you don't have enough, especially on emotional level, some kind of fulfillment. Perhaps it's about love. It may be a loss of a relationship, a person. It may be lack of creative fulfillment. Again, you name it. It can really mean many things and will be different for everyone. But there's some kind of lack that turns into abundance with the Hierophant. It's like it carries a very spiritual energy actually, and it makes sense with that Hangman as well. It's like from not having enough in that perspective, in understanding, in your ideas perhaps, to really being able to connect to the higher, to download what you are lacking, what you're missing. Does that make sense? Because from the place of lack to the Hierophant that is able to connect to that divine. To me, the Hierophant is not necessarily like a priest person. Sometimes it also makes me think of a scientist. You know, scientists have access to like a secret knowledge for us, right? Like regular people typically are not able to understand really complicated science language, but those people are not only able to understand it, but like teachers, they are able to explain it and put it into easy words so that they can pass that knowledge to others. Okay, so from a state of lack of ideas or that understanding to a place of abundance of understanding, to the point where you can share that understanding with others. And also from the place of some kind of being stuck in that grief, regret, or that discouragement perhaps, to a place of movement with the chariot, to a place of movement but also being in control. Okay, this is also victory, and you have victory twice because you also have the Six of Wands. So the Hangman, Leo, the Hangman, as I said, speaks of gaining different perspective, but it requires, we often say that it requires sacrifice. I don't necessarily, well, perhaps it is. Maybe this Five of Cups represents some kind of sacrifice from your side, but it takes a period of stillness, deep meditation, can be deep sleep as well for some, but like time of non-action to just allow yourself to observe the outer world, but also observe your inner world, and also to connect with that higher realm, whether you call it divine, whether it's that higher mind space, your highest self, however you name it, and observing those places, to see things that were not visible to you before, that understanding that you have been lacking or you are lacking, right? So it takes time. Perhaps the sacrifice that the Hangman is carrying is the sacrifice of time, that you need to accept that there's time and patience needed, that this changed perspective does not come overnight, that it is a process. It is a process of tuning into, as I said, your inner world, your outer world, and that higher realm. Okay, but it always leads to enlightenment, to that aha moment, to some kind of clarity, realization, truth. You see those hands here? It made me think that it's almost like, ta-da, that it's like, does that make sense? That it's like presented to you. It's coming your way, but there's time needed for this to happen. Okay, it's like almost like a reward that is being shown to you for that diligent observation time. Okay, there's transformation with this. Something is changing in your mind space. You see things you haven't seen before. You come to clarity. You realize your truth. Maybe you come to your authenticity. You perhaps change your, or reorganize, change, reevaluate your values with the Hangman as well. And you realize what are the true values that you want to live your life by. Okay, and with that Ace of Swords, a new beginning comes, a new way of living, of seeing things, perceiving, a new way of thinking. And that's exactly what the Hierophant is talking about. Okay, now with the Nine of Cups that is crowning the reading, you know, there's deep fulfillment, and an emotional happiness that is coming out of that process as well. Your soul, and I'm trying to speak, like my brain is working too fast when I do those messages, then my mouth is able to speak, and that's why sometimes I feel my messages sound chaotic. But what I wanted to say is, Nine of Cups is typically that card of emotional fulfillment, but because your reading is so spiritual, I feel it's more about your soul and heart being nourished. You see those drops? It's almost as if your cups are being fulfilled from above. Okay, but obviously it can also mean happiness on that emotional level. When we're spiritually happy, when our soul is happy, we are happy on earthly plane too. We radiate our happiness. What is also very important is Nine of Cups always makes me think of self-made happiness. So that is the process that you are putting yourself into, that sacrifice of time, of energy, of patience that you're putting into creating that happiness. Okay? I already said victory is ahead of you. You have the Chariot and the Six of Wands. So not only you are, or at least you have the potential and possibility to be triumphant in this process, but through gaining that new perspective and coming to that victory, you are regaining control over your life. Perhaps previously you have been quite chaotic, maybe confused. You didn't know where to proceed, how to proceed, what is it that you truly want, what your dreams are, what your values truly are. And with that success or triumph of that higher mind of yours, you are regaining control. You are realizing, that's the realization, the clarity and truth that I said. You are realizing what is the direction that you want to take, how you want to take it, and you decide and you control the Chariot. And you don't need physical strength to control the Chariot, because that strength is coming from your mind space. The charioteer is using his willpower to control the Chariot. And even though and both of them are moving like on those horses, right? And that tells me what drives you is what will help you come to this place of control, success and victory. Okay, I think there's something else that I wanted to say about the Chariot, but I think, okay, maybe it will come back, because I think there was one more message that I wanted to, okay, came back, thank you. What I wanted to say is that there may be distractions, right? The horse that is pulling the Chariot may be pulled into many directions. Like our life always is full of distractions, external, it may be people, it may be circumstances, but the willpower of the charioteer is enough to maintain the chosen direction. Okay, so remember about that you are in control. And really the Knight of Wands is very similar to me to the Six of Wands and the Chariot in this particular case in your reading, but it highlights that you need to put bravery and courage into the process. Be brave in exploring those realms, that those perspectives that you haven't had before. Don't be afraid of trying to see things in a new way. Okay, but also don't be afraid to put yourself in that place of stillness, to allow yourself to observe first. You don't have to take action immediately, but be courageous in doing this and be passionate about it. Be passionate about it with the Knight of Wands. Again, what I said, what drives you? What is that inner fire that drives you? What are the values that you want to live by? Only you are able to answer those questions, but perhaps you need time of stillness, meditation, or as I said, maybe sleep, to clarify, to come to like the perfect clarity of what is it, or where is it, and how is it that you want to go, to move forward. I hope that makes sense. Let's close it off with some positive affirmations for you. Intersection of heaven and earth. The Hangman, I mean, I really, and that is also the Hierophant, is a person that is on the intersection of heaven and earth. Harmony between celestial and earthly. That is absolutely the energy of the Hierophant. You are graced with the vision to see ahead. The vision. I mean, I cannot make this up. There are new ways and breakthroughs on your horizon. Great things are about to take place. That's the Hangman, among others. There are new ways and breakthroughs on your horizons. Great things are about to take place. I want to take one more for you. You are on the verge of a new discovery, a new phase of your life. I mean, seriously. You are on the verge of a new discovery, a new phase of your life. The moment you discover what it is, you will be able to move forward towards it. I hope you enjoyed your reading, Leo. I definitely did enjoy that energy. I am wishing you a great April. If you If you had good time with me, I am warmly inviting you to subscribe. I really love interacting with you. Leave a comment if you like this reading. Have a great time. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.